Hey baby, there is something I have been carrying inside me for a long time, something I have hesitated to put into words because I feared how much it might change between us. Today, I want to confess it honestly, even though my hands feel unsteady and my heart is racing with the thought of you reading this. You've known me for many years, and throughout that time we've always shared a warm, respectful, and cordial bond. You've seen different sides of me, and I've seen different sides of you, yet you have never known the truth I have kept quietly in the background of my heart. I have been harboring romantic feelings for you for quite some time now. I stayed silent for reasons I convinced myself were justified. When I first realized what I was feeling, you were already interested in someone else. You had your hopes pointed in another direction, and I didn't want to disturb the happiness you were seeking. The last thing I wanted was to create tension or discomfort between us. I feared that if I confessed, even gently, it might ruin the friendship and connection we already had. That fear carried a lot of weight. It made me cautious. It made me hold back. It convinced me to remain in the shadows of my own emotions. Recently, I spoke to a few friends, people who know me well, people who have watched me struggle with these feelings quietly. They told me something I needed to hear. They told me to take a leap of faith, to trust not only you but also my own heart. They reminded me that maturity is something you embody gracefully, and that if anyone could handle this truth with kindness, it would be you. They said that even if you didn't feel the same way, it was still important for me to be honest, because honesty matters, and because silence was only causing me more pain. They helped me see that you wouldn't end our friendship just because of what I feel. Hearing their advice gave me courage, but even now, as I write this, I'm nervous in a way I can barely describe. My feelings didn't start the day we met. In fact, when we first encountered each other, I was distant, reserved, and unsure of how close I wanted to get. I barely spoke, barely opened up, and kept a lot of myself tucked away behind a wall of caution. Over time, though, that changed. As I learned more about who you are, your warmth, your sincerity, your sense of humor, I found myself slowly drawn to your presence. I began speaking more freely, laughing more easily, and allowing myself to be more open around you. I saw glimpses of your fun side, your playful side, and the version of yourself that shines when you are truly comfortable. Being around you became effortless. It felt natural, calming, and uplifting. There is something about the way you laugh that still stays with me. You made it easy for me to enjoy conversations that I would usually rush through with others. With you, I didn't need to pretend or force anything. Your positivity, your aura, the way you carry yourself, they all added up, little by little, until one day I realized you had gently taken up space in my heart without ever trying to. For a long time, I thought I simply admired you and appreciated you as a close friend. I didn't even realize there was something deeper forming beneath the surface. It wasn't until you began showing interest in someone else that everything inside me sharpened into clarity. The jealousy I felt surprised me. It wasn't the petty kind, it was the kind that made me step back and ask myself why I was reacting that way. I felt something tighten in my chest whenever you gave that person more attention. I felt a quiet anger I didn't understand at first, mixed with confusion and frustration. I kept wondering what was wrong with me, why I was being like that, and why it affected me so strongly. Through all that introspection came the truth I had been ignoring. I liked you as more than a friend, and I had for longer than I realized. But you were already dreaming of someone else, already directing your heart toward another possibility, so I told myself to step aside. I reminded myself that your happiness mattered more than the ache of my own feelings. I decided not to interfere, not to complicate anything, not to put you in an uncomfortable position. I kept everything inside and tried to behave just as I always had, offering you only friendship, I thought that was the right thing to do. Now, though, something in me wants to be honest. I want to take that leap of faith my friends encouraged me to take. I want to tell you the truth, even if telling the truth scares me. I hope that no matter what, our friendship remains intact. I value it deeply, and nothing about these feelings changes how much respect I have for you. But I also can't keep pretending I feel nothing more. I love you, not in a vague or uncertain way, but with a clarity that has grown stronger every day. I love you with all my heart, even if I don't always know how to express it perfectly. You have grown in ways that continue to amaze me. I've watched you evolve emotionally, mentally, and even spiritually. You have become a source of wisdom, strength, and quiet enlightenment. You've learned, adapted, transformed, and become someone who radiates a light that others naturally gravitate toward. Being away from you, missing you, truly missing you, has shown me just how deeply connected I feel. This longing has been painful, but it has also been revealing. It forced me to confront my emotions with honesty and see the truth clearly instead of running from it. And the truth is simple: you are an incredibly special person in my life. No matter what happens after this, no matter how you respond, I needed you to know that. My feelings for you are sincere, steady, and heartfelt. I hope this honesty does not create distance between us but instead shows you how much you mean to me, how much you have meant for a long time, and how deeply grateful I am for the place you hold in my life. Your partner is moving through a period of sustained and serious introspection, a phase in which they are carefully evaluating not just their feelings for you but the long-term implications of those feelings. This reflection has been prompted by their deepening understanding of who you are, your values, your temperament, your independence, and the way you navigate your life. As they have learned more about you, their admiration has solidified into something far more substantial than fleeting attraction. They have come to recognize that you are the type of woman with whom they can envision genuine longevity, a partner who embodies both emotional depth and personal strength. This realization has not appeared suddenly or casually. It is the result of accumulated observations, quiet considerations, and moments in which your character revealed itself with clarity. They understand that choosing someone for a long-term commitment is one of the most consequential choices a person makes, and they are treating that understanding with the seriousness it deserves. Their feelings for you extend far beyond surface-level interest or temporary infatuation. They experience a persistent and consuming passion for you, a passion that influences their thoughts throughout the day and colors their emotional landscape. This passion is multidimensional. It is romantic, certainly, but it also incorporates an intense desire for emotional closeness and genuine companionship. They imagine a connection that is not only serious and committed but also rooted in friendship, shared humor, and the subtle flirtation that keeps a relationship alive and dynamic. They desire a partnership that balances depth with lightness, intensity with ease, and devotion with the comfortable camaraderie that makes two people feel truly at home in each other's presence. It is the blend of these elements, affection, understanding, playfulness, and desire, that shapes their vision of what the relationship could be. Even the prolonged period of physical separation between you has failed to diminish their feelings. If anything, it has amplified them. Rather than softening or fading, their attraction has remained fully intact. The distance, instead of creating emotional detachment, has served as a reminder of what they value in you. They find that the absence strengthens their awareness of your significance, reinforcing the affection that has been there from the beginning. The longing that comes with separation has clarified rather than confused their emotions. They continue to feel the same pull toward you, the same internal certainty, and the same desire for closeness that they felt when you were last together. Complicating this emotional landscape is the possibility of a third-party situation, some form of existing relationship or commitment that currently claims part of their attention. This involvement does not cancel or replace the feelings they hold for you. Instead, it creates tension and internal conflict. Despite whatever external obligations they may be balancing, they find their thoughts returning to you with consistency and intensity. Memories of shared experiences replay in their mind, accompanied by imaginings of what a future with you might look like. Their emotional focus is repeatedly drawn back to you, regardless of the circumstances surrounding them. In recent days, they have taken on the role of a quiet observer. While keeping a cautious physical distance, they have been watching you, your habits, your routines, your interactions with others, the way you move through your days. This is not surveillance born of distrust but an effort to better understand how you are currently navigating your life. They want to gauge your emotional state, your intentions, and your availability without intruding or disrupting your path. You are aware of their attention, and it does not unsettle you. Instead, it confirms that you remain a central figure in their thoughts and that their interest in you is active rather than dormant. Meanwhile, you continue to focus on your own growth and direction. You have chosen to invest your energy in yourself, your ambitions, your personal stability, your emotional well-being. This choice is deliberate, not reactive. It reflects a clear understanding that personal development must occur independently of outside expectations. Your attention to your own goals and happiness has introduced a degree of uncertainty for your partner. They do not know whether your independence signals a subtle withdrawal from them or whether it is simply the natural expression of your self-confidence. Their confusion stems not from anything you have done but from their own fear of misinterpreting your behavior and losing their place in your life. Despite their uncertainty, you remain committed to prioritizing yourself and allowing events to unfold without forcing outcomes. You understand that your partner must be the one to clarify their emotions, confront their circumstances, and determine what steps they are willing to take. You are not willing to assume responsibility for decisions that belong to them, nor are you interested in pushing them toward choices they must make willingly. You are giving them space and time, not as a test but as a necessary component of any mature and sustainable relationship. You recognize that clarity cannot be imposed, it must emerge naturally through honest reflection and emotional courage. This approach may present challenges for your partner. It asks them to face their doubts, navigate their commitments, and determine what they want without relying on you to guide them. However, this challenge is not only appropriate but essential. If they are to move toward you with conviction, they must do so from a place of genuine understanding and readiness. Any step they take must reflect their true intentions, not a reaction to pressure or fear. The responsibility now rests with them to reassess what they feel, what they are capable of, and what future they desire to pursue. Ultimately, the step they choose to take will carry significant weight. It will determine the trajectory of your relationship, define the level of commitment they are prepared to offer, and reveal the depth of their resolve. Their actions will show whether they are ready to align their feelings with meaningful choices. This moment is an opportunity for them to demonstrate not just affection but maturity, decisiveness, and sincerity. The direction they choose will shape not only the future between you but also their own growth as an individual.